An Elmendorf police officer shooting a man when the police chief says the guy pulled a gun on that officer. This happened on South 5th Street around 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. A neighbor spotted a suspicious car with no one in it, but the engine was still running and the car was parked outside a vacant home. So they called the homeowner, who then called police. Officers arrived, heard movement inside, and moments later a man and a woman took off running with the officer right behind him.
The male went ahead and pulled out a firearm, right? And the officer discharged his firearm multiple times, hitting the subject.
That man is now in the hospital. The woman was arrested. Neighbors tell us last night was a great example of how a neighbor can be the best security. The officer is now on administrative leave. Texas Rangers and BCSO are helping in the investigation. And Justin, President Trump speaking shortly after the Supreme Court issued a ruling in the birthright citizenship case. This is a partial victory for the president. The Supreme Court ruled individual judges lack the authority to grant nationwide injunctions, but the decision leaves unclear the fate of President Trump's restrictions on birthright citizenship. The outcome was a victory for President Trump, who has complained about individual judges throwing up obstacles to his agenda. But a conservative majority left open the possibility that the birthright citizenship changes could remain blocked nationwide. President Trump said the court's decision is, quote, amazing and a monumental victory for the Constitution.
Hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into our country under birthright citizenship, and it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the babies of slaves. So thanks to this decision, we can now properly file to proceed with these numerous policies.
You might recall just after taking office in January, President Trump signed an executive order to limit that right. But lower courts issued injunctions to block Trump's order from being enforced. President Trump fought those injunctions, claiming the lower courts had overstepped their authority. A very unusual scene unfolding on one of the busiest freeways in the country. It was an hours-long standoff in Houston that luckily ended peacefully and in a very strange way, but it did cause a major backup for drivers for hours. Deputies say they were first called out to a report of a crash, but the 911 caller told dispatchers there was a woman who was armed with a gun. When investigators got to the scene, they say that woman ignored their commands, pulled out a lawn chair, and put a gun to her head. Just before 6:30 last night, finally, the woman dropped the pistol on the ground and stood from the chair, shook officers' hands, and gave them hugs. She was taken into custody and then to a hospital for evaluation. And some crazy video you've got to check out right here. A terrifying moment that was caught on dash cam. A utility worker hit by an 18-wheeler while working on a traffic light. You can see it happen right there behind me. This happened in Denham Springs, Louisiana, Wednesday. You could actually see the trucker right there making that left turn before slamming into the bucket that the worker was in. The worker was left dangling upside down. Luckily, he was harnessed in, and we're told he only suffered minor injuries. He got really lucky with this. Police are now investigating how this could have happened. And check this out, too. Some pretty remarkable video showing a fireball streaking across the sky in the southeast part of the country. No one was hurt, but so many people saw it and didn't know what they were looking at. They were puzzled.
People in South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia were startled Thursday when they saw what looked like a fireball streak across the sky before creating a sonic boom.
Callers reporting they saw a small aircraft fall out of the sky.
NASA experts say it was a meteor first spotted nearly 50 miles above the town of Oxford, Georgia, rocketing across the sky at 30,000 miles per hour.
It was fiery orange with the blue tail and just coming straight down.
According to NASA, the meteor then exploded over West Forest, Georgia, with the power of 20 tons of TNT. Some witnesses say it felt like an earthquake. Satellite imagery shows the fireball appearing just after noon. The American Meteor Society say the fireball could be tied to the annual daytime meteor shower called the Beta Torrens, which famously flattened parts of the Siberian forest in 1908. Those same experts say they get reports of one daytime incident per month across the world. And U.S. government sensors have now tracked at least 20 such fireball events worldwide this year.
Dave Malkoff, CBS News,
Henry County, Georgia.